I have challenged myself to make $10,000 in profit from a print-in-demand business using AI tools through Amazon KDP and Etsy. In this video, I will update you on what happened in the first week, the mistakes I made, the decisions I had to take, and the results I got, which were pretty exciting given how early we are in the challenge. Hi everyone, Armagan here. Welcome to the channel where we talk a lot about money. So we all have seen these videos talking about earning money, especially using Midjourney and ChatGPT. But these videos do not show how to go from converting these designs into sales. I know this because I made a couple of similar videos too. And that is when I realized that these videos do not show the actual struggles we face when we get into the market and try and sell our products. Plus, many of us have other responsibilities like a full-time job or families to take care of, which means we have very limited time to actually give to a side hustle. I am in a very similar situation to most of you, and that is why I think if I can go through this path and achieve these results, it will give a confidence boost to many of you. And even if I don't get to this target, at least you will have learned something from my experience. If all of this feels relatable, you should consider subscribing to the channel as there is a lot more content planned. In the last video, we looked at the sales potential of different product categories, up here for your reference. And then we shortlisted Amazon KDP and Etsy as our primary drivers for the challenge. The plan is simple. Spend 3 hours on the challenge every weekday after office, then try to make up for any missed deadlines on Saturdays. Sunday is supposed to be the rest day of the week where I would not work at all, or at least that's what the plan is. Let's start with Amazon KDP. The first step was to do some keyword research, and no matter what keyword or keywords I looked for journals, diaries, calendars, printables, etc., I was getting thousands of results and hundreds of reviews on those products, which meant that competing with them would be a challenge. Then I tried calculating the average profit of these items using their best seller rank, BSR. Profits were extremely low per unit. These sellers were actually relying on making hundreds of sales to make a worthwhile amount, and obviously depending on a variety of products instead of just a few. In fact, I came across many sellers who had hundreds of listed items. Initially, I thought I could try that as well, make hundreds of variations of one product and flood the niche. It would give me at least a few dozen sales at the start. I might even still do this if I don't get any sales in the next 2-3 months. As I am new to print on demand, I had to search for hours to look for content that could help me with my questions. It was a slow process, but at least after a few hours of research, I realized I should be looking for medium and high content. Medium content generally includes activity books, puzzles, coloring books, etc. Medium to high content includes storybooks, novels, and non-fiction books. I decided to start with storybooks. But even before looking for my keywords, I knew I wanted to make stories for children over 6 years of age. I have a daughter of the same age, and I thought it could be a nice idea to base a character on her, and then that character can grow as my daughter grows up. It falls right into my idea of creating a series. Once this was decided, I went to Amazon to research storybook ideas that target 6 to 8 years old. I am using this self-publishing Titans Chrome extension. It is pretty simple to set up and it is free to use. I will provide the link below. The average price in the category of storybooks for kids aged 6 to 8 years is $10.61 and high price goes up to $26.47. There are over 53,000 results in the search. I decided to go to ChatGPT and ask for keywords I could consider. I got a whole bunch of them. Every time I use it, I realize how amazing ChatGPT is. If you are interested in unlocking its true powers, you can check out this video. I tried a few options from the list. The keyword exploration provided some exciting possibilities. The total search results were under 1,000. The bestseller rank was a bit high for my liking, but I was okay with it. I am making separate videos on these important concepts like keyword research, creating a story through ChatGPT, and using Midjourney to create a scene for the storybook. You will get everything in the playlist up here or in the description below as these videos get released. You should subscribe so that you don't miss out on those. To get to this stage where I had a niche to work with and some direction that I could take for my book, I spent the whole of Saturday and some hours on Sunday too, despite deciding that Sunday would be a rest day. Before we move on to the Etsy update and my results, I need to request you to go press the like button below. It is the only way I know that you enjoyed the content and got value from it. Plus, it helps with the growth of the channel, and as you might have noticed, I have a very small channel that needs to grow. So back to the video. A big question for the challenge was the choice between opening an Etsy store or using a Shopify account. There are pros and cons attached to the decision. The most significant advantage of Shopify over Etsy is the brand you can create with Shopify. So when you create a Shopify store, it is yours to manage and you can give it whatever theme you want and you can keep thousands of varieties of dozens of products. It is also not very expensive to choose a starter plan. $1 for the first 3 months each and then $7 per month. But using Shopify, I would have to bring my own traffic to the site through Google Ads and social media using Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, etc. That for me was something I didn't want to get into, especially at this stage. One, I have no idea how these ad accounts work, so it would be a lot of time and effort to get to understand all the nitty-gritty. Two, I don't have extra dollars available to invest in any sort of marketing, at least for now. All of this pushed me towards Etsy. Etsy is already a developed marketplace. As per research, in 2022, Etsy had over 94 million active buyers. So if you are on Etsy with a good chunk of SEO optimized listings, there's an excellent chance that you can attract some customers. My result tells the same story. I will get to that part in just a few minutes. The research also says that 40% of the buyers on Etsy are repeat buyers. That is over 37 million buyers who will come back to buy products through Etsy consistently. These stats mean that we might not have to spend a lot on ads to pull in customers from Etsy, as the customers are already there looking for items that they want. On the flip side, I will be competing with thousands of sellers just like me. But these are the odds I was willing to accept. So all I need to do is create enough listings for my products to show up on their search results on the website. Hopefully that will lead to a store visit and eventually that visit will turn into a sale. Before I could start selling, I needed to decide on the print on demand partner that would be doing all the work for me once the designs were finalized and the orders started coming in. The giants of the industry are Printful and Printify. Both Printify and Printful offer free plans, but the cost of the products at Printful was high. Same t-shirts with pretty similar quality are sold at least 10% higher than Printify. Then both companies offer monthly upgrade plans, with Printify at $29 and Printful at $49. There are some other differences between the two as well, like the number of facilities they have and the variety of products. I will go into all of these details in a separate video. But for this challenge, I went with Printify, with cost being the primary factor behind this whole decision. I made an Etsy store last year, but never got a chance to do anything with it. So I decided to use that. It's a pretty simple process. You come to Etsy, you sign up with an email address, then once you are in your account, on your profile button, you click on it and you get to this Sell with Etsy button. You click on that button and you will come to the Shop Manager page. Etsy asks you about these personalization questions. You can set them up as you want and follow the next steps to feed in your information. Give your shop a name, enter your bank details, etc. And you will have a shop in less than 15 minutes. Once you are set up in Etsy, you will need to go to Printify to make an account there as well. So this is the sign up page. Here you come to the sign up page and click on sign up and they will ask you 3 questions that you can quickly answer based on your needs. Then you will come to this page. Before you can actually sell anything, you will need to connect your Printify store to the Etsy store. Click on this middle option that says connect your store. You will come to this page. Here you go to this menu and select add new store. You can connect both Etsy and Shopify. Select Etsy. If you are signed in to your Etsy account, it will directly bring you to this Etsy page where you need to grant access to Shopify. In order to get to this page, you will obviously need an Etsy account before trying to connect the store. When you grant access to Printify, you will see this success pop-up, which is a notification that your stores are now connected. So back to the timeline. I didn't do anything for Etsy on Saturday as I was busy looking for my Amazon KDP niche. But on Sunday, that was day 2, since I had already spent a few hours working, I decided to continue and just skip my rest day for the week. Yes, I know I cheated, but I was too excited at that time about the challenge, so I started working on designing the t-shirts. I didn't do any niche research or look up any keywords for the t-shirts. The only thing I did think of was that it is a tax season here in Canada, and I can make some designs that can focus on tax. I have seen these text-based minimalistic styles doing well on Etsy, so I went to ChatGPT and asked for a few funny one-liners that I could use on my t-shirts. I made and uploaded 10 designs on day 2 and day 3. These are some of the designs that I was able to make using ChatGPT and Canva. I'll be honest, I couldn't do any work on Etsy on day 4, day 5 and day 6. I was extremely busy with my day job, had long hours, and then I had to edit a couple of YouTube videos in between. And the Etsy store kind of went down on my priority list. But day 7 started with some exciting news. I received this email from Etsy saying that one of my designs was added to favorites by a customer. So I decided to check out my stats. And that is what is truly exciting here. Look at the stats on your screen. There are no visitors in the first 4 days, but after day 5 and beyond, the store started seeing some visitors. Yes, there are no sales as yet. I was not expecting any visitors either, and being able to sell something with only 10 listings was not even in my mind. But the truly exciting part was that people were coming to my store. Then I realized a problem I had with my store. In all my excitement to start listing products, I had completely forgotten to personalize my store. There was no logo, no branding, and no messages. And with a brand new store that had no reviews, it lacked the element of trust. I know only 10 visitors in 4 days was not going to bring me thousands of dollars of sales, but the branding etc. could have enticed them into checking the products and maybe bookmarking them for the future. And who knows, one of those visitors might have actually placed an order. And as of now, all we need is that first order so that we can start getting our reviews and start building trust. So with new motivation, I worked on the branding of the shop. In one of my earlier videos, I showed you how you could create your logos using Midjourney and Canva. For that video, I generated so many cool designs, I decided to use one of them. I used the same principles that I showed you in that video. Got the element from Midjourney, cleared some text from it in Canva, and added the brand name there. I will link that video here for your reference. I also made a banner for my Etsy store. The recommended size is 1200 to 300 pixels. I'm a big fan of Canva for all my design needs. I tried looking for some templates for inspiration and also made a few designs. The idea behind the banner was to keep it playful. After playing with different styles available in Canva, I eventually was able to get to this. The final image is a slight variation of this banner, personalized with the logo and the shop name. At the time of shooting this video, overall I have spent about 23 hours in setting up the Etsy store, making 10 listings and doing some KDP research. This is a tracker that I am using. I am tracking the number of hours spent so that I can eventually see how much time investment is actually required. I know for sure that this initial period, when I am still trying to get at least the first 150 or 200 listings, would take a lot more time as I am learning while doing these things. But I expect that the time required to manage all this will go down drastically once I have an efficient workflow set up in a few weeks. You should consider subscribing as there are a lot more videos that are coming out in the next few days related to this topic. I promise to continue sharing my journey with you all here. I know I've been slow in coming out with videos, but with managing my full-day job, my family, this print-on-demand challenge, I get very little time to make videos and edit them. But I'm working on improving the workflow. If you are interested in print-on-demand or AI, check these playlists on your screen. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.